My V10 BMW M6 is about to sound insane.
Oh, that sounds so good.
The car is also about to have its out-of-province inspection, and once that's done, we're gonna go kidnap some of my family and friends and go have some fun. Oh.
We're just pulling into town now. I have to stop by and get the inspection paperwork from the registry office because they are a royal pain in the rear end. But it is what it is, and then we'll go drop the car off. I cannot wait to hear what it sounds like after. Just gonna give her a couple of quick revs before we leave and we don't hear it like this any longer. One more, hit it. That was better. Even that don't sound too bad, but it's about to sound way better. All right, y'all, she's all done and done. Let's hear this thing. Nothing too crazy yet, thankfully. Still sounds pretty quiet at idle, which is good. They just had it running to pull it out, so it was not a true cold start. The real test is gonna be what it sounds like under load. Oh, that sounds so good. Let's let that guy go.
He's got his window open too. He's paying attention.
That was my main worry, is that it wasn't going to be quiet at idle. Like, I was worried that it was going to be like, not undrivable because I'd love it, but I was worried that the neighbors were going to hate me. But at idle, it's pretty quiet. Got no traction. Sounds so good. Oh my lord. This probably isn't coming through the camera very well, but it resonates with such an amazing tone. What do you think?
Sounds sick. I miss having a loud vehicle.
Yeah, we don't have anything until this. Like, the Jag's been off the road for a while. The 335's quiet. The 325's a little loud, but it's nothing crazy. The truck's dead silent. Like, this is the first time we've been in anything this loud in quite some time, and we've never had anything that sounds this good.
It is a new day, and we're about to go have some fun at taking some people for a lap in the V10 M6. Of course, we just got the exhaust done, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see what people think of this car. But first, let's give this thing a cold start. Excited?
No.
Everybody else has been
Dude,
excited.
you're lucky I love you because I don't like this stuff. It's not my thing. Yep. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. That wasn't it?
No.
No cuss words! Ah! What the hell? Okay. That was so fun.
Yeah?
No. Oh my god. Why does it feel like it's like gonna take off?
This is a neat car.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
I can see after. Set you back in your seat all day.
Yeah. Because it's got that single clutch, like, because newer cars, they have an automated manual, but it's dual clutch.
Yeah.
So there's two clutches, and it's meant so that it can connect on one and disconnect on the other, and it works in conjunction to make it super smooth. This, it's I say, you may as well have a tiny man under there going clutch, shift, next gear. And it makes it super dramatic when it drops the clutch and goes into the next gear.
Yeah, it sure does.
When it's in its harshest mode, it's happiest because in order to be smooth, it's gotta it's gotta burn the clutch. So when it's in its harshest mode, it's doing the least amount of clutch burning.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah. It can move.
The downshifts are my favorite by far.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is for me. I'll tell you, somebody wants a vehicle. You can move. This is the baby.
Yeah. The best thing is if you can find somewhere and get it to reverberate. Because like a V8, you get a crackly V8, you get it to reverberate, it just sounds chaotic.
Yep.
This, it's such an even-keeled, smooth tone that it just doesn't.
It almost sounds like a rotary. Like it's just like a different thing.
It just amplifies and it makes such a nice noise as it amplifies. It doesn't get crackly.
Well, the single clutch hits so different that it allows, it's kind of like pulling in the clutch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like pulling, dumping, pulling, dumping.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
See, I'd swear you're letting off the gas, but you're not.
No, that is just like foot into it. It shifts slow, but it shifts so dramatically.
It still shifts faster than you probably could by hand.
Well, and it's fast enough that you're not like, oh.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's fast enough that
if it didn't make the noise, it wouldn't be fast enough.
Yes.
But those work so well together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly it. Like, it is a car for the dramatics.
Yeah, in my mind, you're just letting off the gas. That's so weird. Yeah. That sounds amazing. That sounds so nice.
Like, I don't know how you find the M5, but in here, the difference between comfort and sport mode and the suspension, very noticeable.
Mine's lowered, so it kind of erases the difference.
That
floats a little. That's a little more floaty.
Well, and it's like on Highway 2, you know how there's all the like separation lines, and you hear the you have it in sport mode, like you have it in comfort mode,
less of it,
like dials it way back. I've got M mode set to be as M mode as it can possibly be.
Oh, that is so weird. It's like a caffeine pill. Yeah, that'll catch you in the rain.
Yeah, no, it's like
or this dusty stuff.
Yeah, you have to be careful because like the way it jolts, like you do break traction at speed.
Jesus Christ, that is a nice sound.
Wasn't ready for that one. That's not fair.
Red.
Oh, I see. One of my periphery is reaching for the handle.
It's a firm handle.
It's a firm handle, that it is. Like, it shifts very slow comparatively, but
well, yeah, it sounds like
a
your
lot more
clutch. I had to look.
Yeah, it is very weird to drive, especially
so the other
like
paddle shifts are dual clutch.
Yeah, most would be,
Really?
but
holy hell! Break loose for nothing, eh?
struggles for traction. It's dramatic as hell when it shifts.
Yeah, it is. That's great. She shifts hard. It's unreal. Unbelievable. So can you put it in like an automatic mode, right?
Yeah, you can. You can shift, like just pulling and pushing on this too. Like, it's identical. It's just whether you prefer here or here.
Right.
Like it'll shift like absolutely identical. If you want to use launch control, you have to use this. Like there's no way to use the
launch control. Have you used it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
I always seen that on that Top Gear show with them funny British guys.
Yeah.
They're always using that. I never knew what it was till I seen that show.
It's one of those things, especially in these cars, you don't want to do it too much because
I believe it.
Ferraris in the early 2000s are one of the only other cars that has a gearbox like this.
Oh, this single clutch.
Like single clutch specifically. Yeah. In the early 2000s, all high-end car manufacturers wanted to, like, with emissions things getting tighter, with it being harder and harder to make that work and get them to pass.
Right.
They couldn't just keep going to bigger engines and bigger engines to make cars faster. So the solution to try and make things faster then was to try and make them shift faster and make them more efficient.
Okay.
So that's why, like,
makes sense.
On the used market, it doesn't matter anywhere near as much. A cool car is a cool car and you play with it. But when you're trying to sell new cars, the difference between 0 to 60 and 3.8, which is if I'm not mistaken, 3.8 0 to 60 is what this is rated for with this transmission. The manual transmission version of this was rated at like 4.2 or something.
Oh.
And if you're trying to sell a new car, that's
yeah, that's true.
That makes a lot more of a difference than it does on the used market.
Yeah.
But so car manufacturers started doing all sorts of funny stuff, trying to find ways to make transmissions faster.
Yeah.
And there isn't actually that many where this was the solution. But there's some of the early Ferraris, and there's a few cars that even to pretty recently still use them.
Yeah. But
not many because they're super slow, even though they are like real dramatic.
Right.
But some of the early Ferraris, for example, they'd give you a percentage. So it would say percentage clutch life left. Oh. And so like do launch control launch a few times and all of a sudden it's like 80, 87. They drop real fast. Yeah. Which this one, like the clutch is brand new in here, which helps quite a bit. Like I think it's got like now 3,000 on it or something. Like the clutch is brand new.
Since you bought it?
Not much.
Did you do anything?
Yep. I got rid of, I guess that's part of what's going on in this video is I got rid of the rear mufflers too.
Oh yeah, that is nice. Sounds mean.
No. The closer reverberation a guy can get, the better it goes, generally speaking.
Like between the trees there, it's definitely better. I love how it jumps.
Yeah. Well, it's really so dramatic. Because it just completely upsets the balance of the car, but that's a whole bunch of what makes it fun, right?
Like I thought that Jaguar shifted, but holy no.
There's something about that pull that just feels so good, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really clean in here.
Yeah, it's like, especially for a 200,000 kilometer car, so bad. It gives a guy a little bit of confidence that it's been owned by somebody who, cares.
So inefficient. That's hilarious.
Feel the little like,
yeah.
It's not the fastest thing. It's the dramatics and the sound and the it's very exciting to drive.
It's like something breaks every single time you shift.
I'm sure it doesn't come through on camera. It is just ridiculous when it shifts.
Yeah, the fucking...
it feels wrong.
Sounds like your wheel falls off every single time you shift.
Should you always drive by the police station? Like, do you think that's a good idea? I'm just curious.
Hasn't got me in trouble yet.
Johnny's gonna love this. bits are hard. Gosh.
It's a decent bit slower than the Jag, the way I have the Jag setup. Like the Jag's got about 200 horsepower more than this does, but this is way more dramatic.
It is dramatic, yeah. This suede here, real nice touch.
Yeah, well, it's
real nice touch.
The cool part about luxury vehicles is there's all sorts of like little dumb details
Totally.
that shouldn't matter, but they're
But
there.
they're kind of cool, and
Yeah.
they kind of.
Well, and a lot of it ends up being kind of gimmicky, and a lot of it doesn't necessarily age well.
But also,
it's part of the job.
it depends on who you are. You see things very different than what I see things, and my kids will see things very different than how I see it also, right?
Very true. It's like it is literally. It's a manual transmission. It's just there's no clutch and the shifting instead of being here.
Which you could really feel right there.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're rolling and now you have
backwards.
to. Oh, that is funny. Okay.
It
Jesus!
Of all the ride-alongs I did in this video, this one might just be my favorite. And of course, it is the only one that my audio didn't save, but I figured we had an absolute blast, so I may as well still include the visuals. The little man had so much fun, and I found it so cool because moments like this are absolutely priceless and are a great reminder why I love cars so much in the first place.
What do you think of that?
Cool.
Better save your money.
Start saving your pennies.
On a winter
Yeah.
traveling. Be fun to drive through the mountains.
There's most other comparable stuff is all V8. You're not going to get that kind of that tone or that noise. It's really only a few V10s and some V12s will you get anything this high pitched or this exotic sounding. Pretty much anything else is a completely different price bracket, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Are you scared poopless or are you just enjoying it?
Enjoying.
Just remember, this isn't Jeremy's first vehicle.
I must say, this video was an absolute ton of fun to make, and I can't wait to keep making more content like this. Of course, the Jaguar is going to be quite a bit faster, and therefore will be pretty fun in its own right to take some people for a loop and maybe do a video like this at some point, but this was so much fun. I didn't end up using all of the footage from all the people I took for a ride, but everybody had so much fun, and this car truly is a special place to be. Depending on where your frame of reference is, it's not the fastest thing, especially by modern standards. Like I say, my Jaguar is already quite a bit faster, and we still have a few things in the works for that. But this car is just so special. The noise it makes is unmatched. It does not come through camera anywhere near as good as it does in person, and it's just a phenomenal place to be. Thank you guys very much for joining along. As you can see, we got this video done just in time as we went from almost 0 snow on the ground back up to about a foot of snow on the ground almost overnight, which is what it is. It's just Alberta things in March, but gives us a perfect opportunity to get back in the shop, get going on some more projects, and get making some more videos. Make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe and comment down below. I really appreciate all that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.